Lake Louise, one of the most iconic visiting spots in Banff National Park. It is very unlikely that you would not have heard of this place if you are planning a trip to Alberta, Canada. To take our Canadian bucket list place and to actually experience Lake Louise from our own eyes, we started our journey. Our excitement was at its peak as soon as we reached this Lake Louise village. We crossed this path which takes you to Moraine Lake, which we'll also visit soon. However, you will know about the popularity of this lake even before entering this place. Yes, we had to do 2 rounds of this entire one-way route to Lake Louise, which was around 6 kilometers, before even we could go to the parking. But we didn't lose hope, and after keeping our aspirations high for the third time, we got ourselves entry to the parking spot. And this was the result of our efforts.
Wait for the wind, wait for the night. Stand here a while, take a little time. Since you went away, it came to a halt. Silence is everywhere, and you're not. And now I'm running like there's no tomorrow. My life was on a one-way track. This ain't a story about happy ending. Oh, I could set this world on fire. I could tear this town apart. I tried, but I could never be a part of you and your beautiful eyes.
This place was actually very pretty, and you don't have to put in much efforts to actually have a good view, as it starts with this iconic Fairmont Hotel as soon as you enter, and with just a small walk from the parking, you will get to see the most iconic, or I would say, most touristy way of Lake Louise. Touristy or not, it is indeed one spectacular view. Unbelievable color of this freshwater lake, surrounded by beautiful mountains, and this cute little cottage where you can hire this red kayaks to enjoy this lake in more detail. As much difficult it was to not to do this, having seen all the amazing pictures on the kayak in the middle of the lake, we had different plans, which was to hike up to the point where this view gets 10 times better. Yes, I'm not even exaggerating. As we always thought, people edited it before uploading, but trust us, we realized it today, no one was exaggerating. We started our hike to experience the better view and to get some good picture for us to cherish until the next time. The trail was pretty as well. We started with full energy and we could not have got the most perfect weather than this for this amazing hike. This is said to be moderate hike with a distance of around 6.5 miles round trip from Big Beehive and an elevation of 7,450 at Big Beehive. I won't say it's very easy, but it's not difficult, as this was my wife's first difficult hike and she did it with few short breaks and one most deserving break at the tea house. You get to see the lake even from the trail, but trail was in itself very beautiful. We powered through considering the amazing view was waiting for us. Until Agnes House, the hike was decent and it eases you in for the next challenging part of it. We took few breaks along the way to keep ourselves hydrated and to catch our breath. And we finally reached to our first destination, Agnes Tree House. Luckily, we did not get any huge rush that we saw on social media to get the seats in the tea house. We spent some time there relaxing ourselves and sipping hot drink with one of the most delicious bakery item we have ever had called Date Square. If you're doing this hike, would highly recommend 11 out of 10 this thing. Also, this tree house is amazing in itself. People who walk there also live there in the tree house itself. It opens at 8 and closes at 5 p.m. All the items that they need is also carried up, and all the waste is carried down by the same people on their back who are mostly college students. This in itself made it a unique experience. After having the rest we deserved and enjoying the beautiful Lake Agnes, we started with the next part. And trust me when I say this, the next part was completely different and the best part of this entire hike. Landscape becomes so wide with mountains and fall trees, and you are walking on the shores of Lake Agnes. I believe if you have this amazing views during your hikes, you usually don't feel that much pain for the steps. We continued this part, but it was more challenging and definitely not easy one if you don't have hiking experience or fitness for that. I have personally done some big hikes in the past, but for my wife this was her first, and I must tell you she completed it. We took necessary breaks whenever needed, and this is something I suggest too. Enjoying the views and getting motivation from the people, we continued our hike. And even after watching so many mountains until this point, we both had just one word for it: wow. Paths were uneven with mountain rocks, with trees in their fall colors and mountains covered with fresh snow. Couldn't have asked for more to enjoy this day. After hiking for almost 5 to 6 hours, we have finally reached to the point which has nothing but pretty and not crowded at all. In total, there were 5-6 people when we reached there, including 3 of us. We sat there for a while, enjoyed the view, clicked the pictures that we deserved, and started our journey back. If you're visiting Lake Louise for the first time, I'll recommend this hike more than anything. It is completely different than looking at the lake from the starting points versus looking at it from here with no obstructed view, and the hike and tea house are just the cherry on the top. 4 things to keep in mind though. Generally, all national parks in Banff are bear territory, so make sure you are bringing prey and keeping it within an arm's reach. Make sure you have enough water and snacks to keep you hydrated and fueled up for the hike. Avoid doing it in the dark, considering you don't have experience of the locality. And keep your phone's camera charged or bring a fully charged power bank, as you would definitely need it to capture the amazing beauty this place has to offer. So this was our hiking experience of the Big Beehive hike. I hope you liked our Big Beehive hiking experience, and if you do, consider subscribing or giving us a like, and watch out the space for more Canada vlogs coming soon.